everyone, and welcome to the Gambling on Hockey on the Parlay Network, one of Canada's sports betting networks. I'm your host, Celine Trimarchi, with my new Italian co-host, Luca Rosano. This is our first episode together. Very excited about that. So tonight, let's get straight into it. 4 NHL games tonight, and we are ready to make our picks for this evening. So starting with the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Leafs are back on home ice and back with a live full capacity crowd, which is very exciting. And they're going to go for their 4th consecutive win after defeating the Washington Capitals 5-3 Monday. The Sabres, on the other hand, carry a 6-game losing streak after their 4-2 loss in Dallas on Sunday. So Toronto is the favorite to win tonight. And today is also a big game for the Buds because they're sitting in 3rd in the Atlantic and can jump over Florida and Tampa to take over first place in their division. Now, Luca, will their offensive power come up strong to take the win and leap to first tonight?
Yeah, this rivalry isn't what it once used to be, as the Leafs are heavy favorites tonight, and rightfully so. I think they're going to absolutely show up in this spot. They're going to have that home crowd back, like you alluded to. So there's going to be electricity everywhere. I mean, just look at the Raptors home crowd last night. This is going to be an exciting game, great atmosphere, and I think the Buds will show up big. You look at the Sabres, they're struggling right now, Celine. They're currently on a 6-game losing streak, going 2-7-1 in their last 10 games. And like you said, Toronto's just 1 point away from holding the top spot in the Atlantic Division. So there's going to be a lot of motivation for them to show up here. Expect their top 4 to do its job. I know a lot of talk has been about Tavares. Is he finally going to score? Well, even if he doesn't, he's been impacting this team in other ways. And you look at the Leafs, they're 5-4-1 in the last 10 games. So that might not be as dominant as they were at the beginning or middle point of the season, but they have won 3 consecutive games. So I know there's been a lot of goalie controversy issues with this team and other things going on behind the scenes. But hey, if the Leafs can keep winning, that is the best recipe to shut up all the naysayers. So I do think the Leafs are going to dominate the Sabres tonight. And you look at these teams, they're just dominant in all aspects. I mean, their penalty kill so much better. They're better at generating offensive opportunities. My light went out, but we'll keep going. And yeah, I think the Leafs will win. So give me the Leafs on the puck line, 1.5 at -165. I could see the Leafs winning this by 2 or more goals.
You know, usually I would say opposite to you because we know we like controversy here on the Parlay Network, but I'm going to stick with the Toronto Maple Leafs on this one as well. I mean, they're dynamic for Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Willie Nylander. I mean, they're quite unstoppable. Let's just say that. And yes, John Tavares hasn't scored a goal, like you were saying, since January 29th, but he's still posting points for the team. He's still producing for the team. I mean, whether it's not a goal, it's still an assist, so it still counts, obviously. And rookie Michael Bunting, he's been up there as well. I mean, the depth on the Toronto Maple Leafs has gotten a lot better. And I mean, defensively, people say they struggle. Yes, completely understandable, but their offensive power is still strong, and their defense has taken a little hit because they do have Jake Muzzin that's out, but they're still a solid team all around. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to be winning tonight's game. And my predicted score is 5-2. So I would take the over because they're +6.5. So now, St. Louis Blues and the New York Rangers. So these are 2 teams for the first time. Oh, these teams are meeting for the first time since March 3rd of 2020. I should have said that with a lot more enthusiasm.
Been a
So
while.
it's been a while. And tension will be high in the building tonight. So if you want to put your money down on this game, the money line for St. Louis is -115, and for the New York Rangers, it's -105. So, Luca, what do you think? Are you going to stick with the Blues tonight, who are kind of like the Leafs, offensively solid? Are you going to chance it with the New York Rangers, who are kind of struggling in that aspect?
Yeah, the odds for this game were even at one
Mm-hmm.
point. So this could go either way. It's going to be a great matchup
Yeah.
tonight. You look at the Blues, they're on a 7-game point streak where they've gone 6-0-1. And they did have that solid 6-3 win over Toronto on February 19th. And Bennington, he's been great for the Blues. He's played in their last 3 games, and he's been razor sharp, allowing just 1 goal in a tight game against the Flyers. And then he shut out the Blackhawks, and he's projected to get the start tonight. And then Sherskin, he's been incredible. Like, you look at the other goaltender in this game, he's been the foundation for the Rangers' success this season. He's got a league leading 31.1 goals saved above expected, and his .941 save percentage is just phenomenal. So expect to see him in the spot too. On paper, there's not a whole ton that separate these teams. So for this one, I'm actually gonna not bet on the money line or puck line. I'm gonna look at the over under with goals. And right now it's 5.5. I'm going to go under 5.5 total goals at -105. I think this is going to be a display of both of these hot goalies stealing the show. So I expect this to be a closely contested game. So I'm going to go under goals. I think the goalies are going to be the stars of this one. And I would not be surprised if this game is decided by just one goal.
You took the words right out of my mouth on that one. I would definitely go for the under as well. My predicted score, because we always have to say that. I think 3-2. Solid pick, 3-2. And I mean, this is going to be a total showdown between both goalies. So the Blues can score. We all know that they're averaging 3.5 goals with six players netting at least 16 goals so far. So they are a powerhouse. Let's just say that. And on the power play, 8 players are scoring 4 points per game. So I mean, you got a solid team right there. However, they've only scored 2 or fewer goals in 5 of their last 6 games. So going up against Igor Shesterkin, I mean, look at him. He's having he's having his best season so far, like in the NHL, and he leads the league with 195 goals against average and a 941 save percentage. So I mean, yes, New York is not as lucky when it comes to the offensive power like the St. Louis Blues, but I mean, I still think that the New York Rangers are going to steal this one. And yes, Jordan Biggington is playing unbelievable, but I'm still sticking with Igor Shesterkin on this one, and I am taking the under for the New York Rangers. Now, LA Kings, Dallas Stars. Okay, so if you bet on their last game and you thought that the LA Kings were going to win, well, that was probably not the smartest move because they lost 7-0 against the Boston Bruins. So quite an
Yeah.
embarrassing loss. Yes, right, Luca?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So hopefully, I mean, people probably did lose their money on that one, but new game tonight, LA Kings, Dallas Stars. So the Kings begin a 4-game trip starting in Dallas while the Kings try to maintain their position in their division. The Stars are in the second wild card position with 61 points. So it is a really big game tonight because this could be a 4-point swing in the playoff race for the two teams. So Dallas could capitalize on their 2 games in hand over LA, only 4 points back. So the money line for this game is LA plus 125 and Dallas minus 155. So the favorite here is obviously Dallas. What do you think, Luca? Should people place their money on this game or just maybe not?
Yeah, well, Dallas is actually going to be looking for some sweet revenge. They lost 4-0 at Los Angeles in their
Mm,
most recent meeting. This was back in December 9th. And the Stars are the moderate favorites here at home. And like you said, Celine, the Kings, I mean, they're going to be rattled going into this one.
yeah.
They were destroyed last time out against the Bruins 7-0. That was a embarrassing showing to
hmm
say the least. Yeah, you look at the Stars coming into this one, they're actually playing pretty well lately. They've won 11
Yeah.
of their last 16 games overall, and they're 24-9 in their past 33 games at home. So that's a staggering number for me. And that includes 18-6 in their past 24 as a home favorite. And on the other hand, the Kings, they have not been good. 2-6 in their past 8 games against teams with a winning overall record. So you mentioned how this is an important matchup. I think Dallas being at home will be the difference maker here. So give me the Stars money line at -140. I like the Stars tonight.
Yep. Stars money line minus 140. Definitely would take that one. And last game, Nashville Predators and the Seattle Kraken. So Krakens. Preds open a quick 2-game road trip while Seattle might be fading away. I mean, they're 0-6-1. Monday night, they were outshot by the San Jose Sharks 40-24. So Nashville is the favorite to win tonight. And yes, they've been struggling offensively as well, but they do have a power defenseman, Roman Yossi, and their goalie as well has been solid in net. So for tonight's game, who are you taking, the Preds or the Seattle Kraken?
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a mismatch. I mean, on paper, it is at least. I mean, you look at Seattle, 28th in goals scored per game at 2.53, and they're 29th on the power play at 15.1%. This is a team that's struggling to score goals.
Yeah.
And they're going to be taking on a Nashville team that's a solid team. This is a team that they struggled to in the past scoring goals, but I just don't see the Kraken being able to muster up goals. I mean, they've just scored 3 goals or more in 3 of their last 11 contests, and that's not enough offense against a talented Nashville team. So Nashville, they haven't been blowing out teams like I mentioned, but I think they have enough offense in this matchup where they
Oh
are
yeah.
the clear-cut favorites to
Mhm.
produce enough and to win this game by more than 1 goal. So I'm actually for this one, I'm looking at the puck line Predators at -1.5 at +145. I think that's the play. There's not enough value just taking them on the money line because they're such a big favorite. So be confident with the Predators scoring a couple goals and benefiting from taking on a Kraken team that just can't seem to find the net right now. So I like the Predators puck line. That would be my play for this game.
I mean, the Lightning spoiled the party for the Nashville Predators on Saturday, winning 3-2 at home in Nashville at the Nissan Stadium. And Philip Forsberg, he said that obviously he wanted to send people over to Broadway happy. So, I mean, hopefully tonight he can send the people of Nashville, all in Music City, to Broadway where they can party all night long. So, UC Saros projected to start a net tonight. He is 0.923 save percentage. So 923 save percentage and eighth among starting goaltenders in 5-on-5 goals. He's solid in net, like you were saying. And I mean, yes, the offensive power has been kind of struggling, but like we were just mentioning, their defense is strong. Their net, the goalie in net is strong. And compared to the Seattle Kraken, who have kind of been cracking since they started in the league, definitely Predators are going to win this. My predicted score is actually 3-1 Nashville. I mean, not too high because, like we were mentioning, their offensive power isn't the greatest, but it's definitely better than the Seattle Kraken. So I'm going to go under with this game as well because I really do believe that the Seattle Kraken will, I mean, the Nashville Predators will come up strong in this game. So, Luca and everybody listening, thank you for joining us today on Gambling on Hockey on the Parlay Network, one of Canada's sports betting networks. I'm your host, Celine Trimarchi, alongside my co-host, Luca Rosano. So make sure you place your bets tonight and enjoy the games. And one last time, we're just going to go through them. So at 7:30, we have the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs, 7:30 Eastern time. St. Louis Blues and the New York Rangers at 7:30 Eastern time as well. If you want to, if you're debating between the two games, I'd probably stick with Toronto if you live in Toronto. The LA Kings and the Dallas Stars are at 8 p.m. and the Nashville Predators and the Seattle Kraken at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you again for listening to us today. And like I said, make sure you place your bets and enjoy the games.